you doing today?
Good.
Thanks. Well, have you ever been to counseling before?
No, this is my first time.
Okay, so I'm sure you're probably feeling kind of nervous about this, so let me just explain to you a little bit about what we're going to be doing. Well, I'm going to be basically your guide and try to help you work through anything that might be going on with you, and we can talk about whatever you want to. And basically the entire session will be confidential unless I feel you might harm someone might harm you, or that there might be some sort of abuse involved. But outside of that, it's complete confidentiality, and you can talk about anything that you want to. This is a safe space, so just tell me a little bit about why you're here.
I just wanted to come to counseling because I'm about to graduate in a couple months, and school, my last semester has been hard. It's been really hard to be motivated to go to class. All my roommates and everyone in my community isn't in school. I feel like I'm the only one of my friends who's still in school, or some of my friends never went to school. So I just feel like it's really hard to just be motivated to go and do my homework and stuff, and then relationship stuff as well.
Right, okay. So you feel like there's just so much going on right now. It's not just one thing even, it's just combined everything.
Yeah, it feels like I kind of have very compartmentalized facets of my life, and none of them really go together. I have my life with school and homework and class, and then I have my life with my friends and my roommates, and it's so much fun, and then I have a full-time job, and it's just it doesn't feel like they all I haven't been able to balance them and mesh them together very well. It just feels like I'm juggling 3 different things.
Right.
So
you're feeling a lot of anxiety over this, just having to, like you said, juggle all of these different things when there's so much going on, and you have so much to think about and so much on your plate at the same time.
Yeah, and I guess there is some anxiety. I'm not someone who usually experiences anxiety, so it's an unusual feeling for me, but I'm really excited to graduate. I'm really looking forward to being done with school for a little while, and so I think most of the anxiety is coming from if I obviously don't do well in classes this semester, if I have too many absences, there's the potential that I won't graduate, which is really scary.
So that's a lot of pressure to have on you.
Yeah.
To be worried about classes and getting to classes, and just feeling you have to do that just so you can get to this end goal that you want so badly.
Yeah, and I feel with just 2 more months, I just feel ready to be done, and it's sounds really silly, and I know it's kind of lazy of me, but just I feel I've already been going to school for so long, and I've done the stressful semester thing so many times. I'm kind of I don't really want to do that for the next 2 months, even though it's such a short amount of time. Just kind of some anxiety.
I can see that, because while you might feel that it's kind of silly, there's so much to that emotionally, because you're having to deal with just all of that pressure and all of the concerns looking toward the future and just everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, and I guess it's just I don't really understand why I feel that it's a lot of pressure, because it's everyone does it, everyone goes to school, goes to class, all the emotions and all the feelings tied up in your last semester and graduating, everyone goes through it, and I guess I'm just is it abnormal, to be this tired of school, this stressed out by it, but yeah.
So you seem to be feeling almost alone in these emotions, since you have so many friends that didn't go to school or that have already gotten out of school, that you don't have anyone that you can really talk to about that or express.
Yeah, all my roommates, we all have full-time jobs, and we're all kind of living more more like adult life with like more responsibilities, but also a lot more free time and stuff. And so my roommates have a lot more time than me to hang out, and we have a lot of bonfires at my house, and you know, like going on trips, and like I'm constantly getting texts of like, I'm free, like who wants to go to lunch, like who wants to do this, who wants to do that. And I like always have struggled with like missing out. Like I have like huge like fear of missing out. I like always want to be able to say yes. And so it's hard, yeah, to be the only one that has like a job and like community and school on top of it.
Yeah.
And they're really great. Like they try to like, they are really supportive, and they'll tell me like, you know, go to class, like we want you to graduate, and they're like supportive. It's not that they like don't understand, because they've all been there. They're just in like a different phase of life right now. And I feel like, yeah, it's kind of like a time warp. Like I'm already living like post-grad like life, but I still have to like go to class. It just feels like, yeah, kind of like not connected.
Right. So it almost feels to you like that time in your life should have already passed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, here you are and you're living it and you're having to do all these things.
Yeah.
And other people don't really realize all the expectations that come with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's, I don't really feel a lot of like fear, anxiety about after graduation, about the future, what I'm gonna do. I feel pretty, I feel like I'm pretty like concrete in a lot of my goals, the things I want to do. I've like made a point to not put a lot of pressure on myself for like after graduation. There's oftentimes a lot of pressure to like get a like prestigious job or go to grad school or do different things, and I haven't like allowed myself to feel that kind of pressure. So it's more of just like I'm really looking forward to that time when like the pressure's kind of off, metaphorically. But yeah, relationally too, I guess part of it is my plans have changed so much. Like I went through a breakup in April, 6 or 7 months ago or something like that. And it's just been, there's just been a lot of transition in my thought processes of what this next year will look like. Before I broke up with my boyfriend, we'd been dating for a little bit more than a year. And he was my best guy friend for like a couple of years before that, not in Knoxville, it was when I lived somewhere else. And so before I broke up with him, we were planning to get engaged potentially in like August or September. And after graduation, I was gonna like move to Cleveland, where I used to live and where he lives, and like just do like, you know, life, like be engaged. And then we broke up, and I had to figure out, okay, well that plan, you know, isn't happening now, so what am I gonna do instead? And I'm staying here, and I'm really happy about it. I'm like looking forward to it. I think it's just a lot of just like big like mental adaptations that I've had to make.
Oh, definitely, because so you're going through a lot of changes too. It's not just one thing. I mean, you're having to almost completely reevaluate everything based on you had this friendship with this, or not only you had this relationship with this guy, and you were obviously very close, very together, and seemed to be headed in one specific direction. And suddenly, not only is that taken away, but you feel like your friendship with this person that you were friends with for so long also isn't there anymore.
Yeah, I equated it to like my friends. The breakup was a while ago, so really like the majority of the processing of it has already like kind of passed. I feel pretty over it, but I kind of equated it to, it feels like kind of having, it's kind of like when someone dies, like you almost are like mourning the lot, like it feels like he didn't exist anymore. And like one day he was there, and then one day he wasn't. Like I said, like that's okay now, but it's just I think just trying to have grace for myself and like look back on like the last year. And it's like, because I've been getting really down on myself about school stuff and feeling like, why can't I do this? What's wrong with me? Like, why do I feel so lazy? Like, why am I not motivated to do schoolwork? And just feeling really bad about it and kind of wanting to like shut down. And that's, I'm the kind of person where like feelings of like guilt and shame don't like motivate me to make positive change. They motivate me to kind of like hide hide away, and if
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm not doing in school, that makes me like kind of do worse in school. That sounds weird, but
Yeah. So you feel like you're having to process this through like almost, I don't know, you're having to really work through it in like a difficult way, because in trying to make more effort to work on school, it's becoming more difficult to work
Yeah.
on school.
yeah,
And all of that just kind of makes everything very complicated,
Mhm.
I'm sure.
yeah. And now there's like kind of some added elements to the mix of beginning to wonder. It's really weird. Just like that, even over just like the last few days, I feel like that door has started to open again. I've just seen like myself change and go through, like not like so much in like a really bad way, but just like a lot of just a lot of like adjustments and a lot of like things I've had to adapt to over the last year. And I feel like I've changed and grown and like learned so much about relationships and about communication and just like responsibility and stuff like that over the last year, that it started to make me kind of like wonder if like we like would be able to get back together, or if like, I don't know, I just had this weird feeling about it, and that's just like strange.
Right. So you seem to be returning back to your boyfriend.
I guess a little.
Well, it seems like that's something that really has probably affected you, that you're feeling maybe more than you're realizing still.
Yeah.
Although the processing seems to be gone, I'm sure that's still like a huge effect on your life, to have this underlying person who's always there, and then
Yeah.
to have that taken away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's strange. I guess it's just the idea of like there's a lot of things kind of on the horizon, like upcoming, like maybe stuff with my, his name's Tyler, maybe stuff with him, like we'll be able to like kind of revisit that, and it might be something again, being able to be out of school. I'm like planning a really long trip, like I'm going to be traveling a couple months after graduation, and so it's all these things are kind of like in front of me, and I'm just starting to worry, like, oh, will I, like, am I actually going to get to those things? Like, it was such a sure thing, and now because I'm kind of struggling in school, I'm like, well, if I don't graduate, I won't, like, I'll be so disappointed, and I won't be able to, like, have, like, that freedom that I feel like I'm already, like, trying to walk in. And then also, like, I don't know if, like, Tyler and I could ever even talk about a relationship if I was, like, while I'm still in school, and I'd have to, like, cancel traveling. Anyway, so it's just, like, I want these things so bad, and school just feels like something that's, like, getting in the way
Yeah.
of, like, a life that's, like, already happening, and I, like, can't do it because I'm still in school.
Yeah.
So,
I've noticed several times that even though you're smiling, it seems like, it's normally at times when you seem to be talking about something that's very stressful to you.
yeah. I'm sure I do that.
So it seems like that's, for you, very difficult to work through, just seeing all these things with your future that, I don't know, like you have your path that you're going down, and you see all of these great, adventures that are supposed to be happening,
Mm-hmm.
but you still have some things that are holding you back.
Yeah, that's how it feels. And I guess kind of the reacting with like positivity and like smiling is kind of just because I maybe don't, I feel like I know a lot of like practical solutions to help like make, doing school in the next couple of months easier. I feel like I need to figure out some kind of like solution, and I don't know what that is. I don't know like practically how, it feels a little bit helpless, I would say. Like I feel like I don't practically know how to make things better. It feels a little bit out of my control, and so I know that I just need to focus on the things that I can control, which is like my performance in school, I guess. But
Right. So you're looking for a way to cope with all of these things that you're going through,
mm-hmm.
and to, just work through, all of the different things, the combined efforts that are going on with you right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and it's only 2 months. Like, there's a lot of like positive stuff as well. Like I was saying, my community, my roommates. I live in like a really big house with 6 girls who I've known for a long time, and so my community's really good. I really love the job I have right now. My family lives in Nashville, but I feel like I've become closer to them in the last few years, and so there's a lot of like good stuff going on. It's just like school's the one thing. I guess I just feel like a lot of frustration, and then I feel stupid for feeling frustrated about it, you know.
So you're feeling, probably you're feeling a lot of negative emotions from this, just because you think about it and it starts weighing you down because it's so close and there's so much to do, and at the same time you're, living with a lot of other people that you're obviously friends with, and that's, there's just a lot of stuff going on for you.
Yeah, and feeling like you were saying earlier a little bit, maybe not understood as well, just because I do feel like I'm the only one who is in school right now, but then also working a full-time job, and stuff like that. I feel like there's not like sometimes a lot of like, this sounds like really selfish and weird, but not a lot of like kind of sympathy that's like a busy schedule, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
You feel disconnected from everyone because they just don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not their fault. They like want to get it. They're like the most loving, like understanding people.
Well, you have a really good social network then, where you have supportive friends, and they try to be supportive, but, and you're still having to experience that they don't exactly know what you're going through, because only you can experience what you're going through.
Yeah, and I guess like the helplessness thing I was talking about earlier was more like, I can't expect my friends or family or even, a relationship like a boyfriend I don't have right now, but if I did, I can't expect any of those things or those people to like provide everything I need for everything I need, like to fulfill my needs or whatever. And so I guess it's just trying to figure out like how to be kind of self-disciplined enough to like make sure my own needs are met, like I'm going to my classes and I'm doing the things I need to be doing.
Right. So you want to be able to deal with these things on your own rather than having to, lean on someone else as a crutch.
Yeah, that's true, and I feel like I'm like not really good at doing that. We all need other people, like community and friends are like so important, but there's also an element of like, I have to be able to like take responsibility for myself and kind of like do what I need for myself, make sure I'm doing things sometimes, and that's where I feel like I'm like struggling.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you just have so many different things, like, pulling you in different directions, and you seem happy with your friends and with everything that's going on, but that doesn't make it any less of a difficult situation.
Yeah, and it does feel like such a small thing. Like school is frustrating, but like so what? Honestly, like school is frustrating for everyone, and it's like a small issue, but it does seem to like be invading every area of my life in a way that's like not pleasing to me.
Yeah. So you feel like it's insignificant, but at the same time, it's overcoming you, and you can't help it.
Yeah, and that's almost kind of embarrassing. It's like, why is this affecting me so much? Like, why can't I just like get it together? Just get it together.
Yeah. You don't understand. It's like just a constant thing of having to worry about this or worry about that. And, just so much.
Yeah. It'll be okay though, and maybe I'm like a little bit delusional, but I'm still like, yeah, I'm gonna graduate. Like, I will. There's really no reason that I shouldn't, because I'm like keeping up with my schoolwork. It's really just like attending classes that's hard. So yeah, I hope I'm not like blindsided by that when the end of the semester comes. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you seem to be feeling pretty positive about it, but it's just this fear keeps creeping up because just in case, should I be worried? Should I be worried about this?
Yeah, and it feels like I don't know if I should be or not. I kind of am, but should I be? Yeah, that's like a good way to put it.
So that seems to be like, for you, that is a very big issue going on in your life right now, just having to think about that and, realize graduation's right around the corner, work is right around the corner.
Yeah.
But it's also a really positive emotion for you in the sense that then you do get to, just be out there and doing your own thing.
Yeah. It is. I do feel really, I guess that's the issue, is like the conflict of like, I feel super excited to graduate, but I feel like anxious about like I like mess it up or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you're very, very worried about all of this, and there's just a lot going on, and so tell me a little bit more about like specifically what's going on in classes that has you concerned.
Yeah, I guess it's just my two first classes. I like already have quite a few absences in them. That's really the only thing. Like my schoolwork, I'm keeping up pretty well with. I have like a paper that's like late right now that I'm like gonna be finishing, but yeah, it's really just. I think it's like not too late in the semester to be able to like kind of like make everything okay that I like haven't been doing a very good job at.
Yeah.
In the beginning, but yeah, so it's just like those few little things, and now it kind of feels like just after like verbally processing it, like maybe I'm blowing it like hugely out of proportion, but yeah, and like I was saying, it's just like I'm really ready to, and it sounds so selfish, I like wouldn't say it in another context, but I feel like I like hate saying this, it's like sounds so stupid. I feel like I kind of like deserve a break, like, just like I graduated high school like 5 years ago and like took a year off and transferred twice, and it's just been like college has been like a long journey or whatever, and so I kind of feel like I deserve a break.
You've had enough.
Yeah.
You're just ready to be done.
Yeah. And it's not that I don't like school, like I definitely want to consider grad school in the future. But yeah.
You just need some time to
process
process everything and actually move in that direction first.
Yeah.
Give me a chance to, just be you for a little while and just be happy and calm down.
Have like one less thing on my plate, not like constantly like papers and assignments and stuff.
So you're just tired of the consistent having to think about, oh, this is due next, this is due after that, and it just doesn't end.
Yeah, and it feels like I've been like doing that for a really long time. And
Well, so you seem to also be going through a lot of changes, having moved several times and gone to different schools, met different people.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready for a less like chaotic like season of life. Being in college and moving and changes are really fun for me. adaptability is like a strength of mine, and I enjoy it. I crave it even, like change sometimes. But as I'm like getting older, I definitely feel like I'm getting really ready for a slower pace, a little bit, being a little bit more, like I said, less like chaotic lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, we're almost out of time, but you were talking about, you just have all of this going on, but it seems like you're looking almost to the future and have this positive vision of, well, after I graduate, maybe I can have this stability and be able to sort of settle down for a while or settle in for a while.
Just like rest, kind of, yeah. But it's helpful, like, even just the realization of like, there is some anxiety there, and I didn't want there to be because it felt like stupid, like, well, other people can handle this, so like I should be able to handle this. But just realizing like, like I said, that there is anxiety in and of itself is like helpful.
Yeah. So you're accepting that, this is a lot that's on you right now.
Yeah.
And it just, once it's gone, it'll be like, bricks lifted off.
Yeah. Yeah, it does feel like that. Yeah. It's good though. I am grateful, like I said, for like my friends and my family, and there's like so much to like look forward to, and that I'm like so thankful for. So
yeah. So I don't know, you seem to be very happy, very, pleased with everyone around you, and they are there for you, and you know that.
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah. And that's what makes it like, in one way that makes it harder, in the sense of like, they're all like really close to me, my community is really important to me, they're all around, I wanna be with them, I wanna be able to give them like the care and attention like that I feel like I receive from my community. And like quality time is like a really important like love language for all of us, and so it's hard to not be able to be with them as much as I want, and like come home and they're like, like cooking dinner and hanging out and like talking about stuff, and I'm like, I have to go study.
Yeah. So you're feeling left out because you're having to do all these other things.
Yeah, sometimes. But they also like, are like a really good support system and really encourage me to kind of like just get it done for the next 2 months.
Right. So even then, you can still count on them to be there for you and back you up, and just be there supporting you.
Yeah.
But so that's good that you have that around you. You're able to really have someone there that believes in you.
Yeah, it is, and it's that's like not something I had at my like kind of sophomore and junior year of college. I like didn't have like a good support system at all. I felt like super alone, and so it's so different now and so much better having people and like a job I really like, and I guess it's just like the specific like school part that feels isolated.
Right. So you've gotten to a good place with everything else. Now you're just ready for the part where you don't have to be concerned about writing papers or going to class. That way you can kind of assimilate with the rest of your life.
Yeah, and also the way that my school performance like affects like my self-esteem or like my view of myself.
Right. So you seem to overall be very happy and excited for the future, but at the same time, it's just a concern of, making sure that, you can stay away from this stress and you can work through it the way that you want to.
Yeah.
That way you can deal with the more fun things in life.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you came in today.
Thank you.
And we can talk about it more next time.
Okay.
And